Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Jules, here for WhatCulture.com, joined by my favourite son, Ewan. How are you today?
Doing well for the time being.
Talk about foreshadowing. And speaking of which, let's talk about the Avengers Infinity War, or more specifically about the snapping. You know, when Thanos just arrived and with his big, meaty, purple cock-like fingers, managed to snap his fingers and take away half of everything in existence. It was a twist that no one saw coming, is what I'm trying to say. And with Avengers Infinity War over, but Avengers 4 on the horizon, there's plenty more coming that we're not gonna see coming. Anyway, let's talk about it.
Mr. Dad, I don't feel so good.
Ewan! Dang! Criminy! That sucks. I wanted to pay alimony, but at least I didn't die this, that's alright. Oh, fuck me.
Oh, well. Didn't see that coming.
No, me neither. Anyway, we're Ant-Man and the Wasp, and these are 10 Avengers 4 twists nobody will see coming.
But before we begin, why not subscribe to stay notified? Ding, ding, done.
Number 10. M'Baku becomes the new Black Panther. Following T'Challa's disintegration, Wakanda has a vacancy in the Black Panther department. And now it's not entirely Shuri who's going to take on the role, but all signs are pointing towards the little sister and princess of Wakanda, Shuri. Now, she has taken on the Cap mantle numerous times in the comics, but that doesn't mean it's for certain that the MCU will follow suit. M'Baku is actually looking like he could become the new Black Panther from all his crazy leadership mountain skills that we've seen in the first film. Whilst maybe a little disappointing, it does offer a great chance for storylines for Shuri to earn the title back, as well as offering a surprise candidate that cinemagoers won't expect from the comics. In any case, I don't think anybody's going to be complaining about more of the Mountain King.
Number 9. Hank Pym enhances Tony Stark tech. Altering history is the key to fixing Infinity War because right now, history f***ing sucks. But thankfully there are numerous theories online about how our heroes are going to turn back the clock. Some involve the Time Stone, some involve the Quantum Realm and other nerd stuff like that. Now, we've already been told that the clues for how they're going to do this are already in the MCU, so a lot of people are assuming it's Tony Stark's BARF tech, the BARF. We're calling it that, are we? BARF? Okay, the BARF tech, or some kind of Hank Pym invention. But, here's one for you, what if it's both? We've seen set images of devices strapped to people's wrists, and assuming they're not just some kind of high-tech Fitbit, they could very casually be the key to rewriting history. If you look, Ant-Man's is part of his suit and everyone else has got a little standalone gimmick. So yeah, Pym tech.
Number 8. Doctor Strange told Nick Fury to call Captain Marvel. The end credits of Infinity War are neat. Too neat. It's almost as if Fury knew that Thanos' snap was coming. Oh, better not do that. We've already seen the effects of that catastrophe. But he'd been briefed on how to respond. Earlier in the movie, we see Doctor Strange go into some sort of erratic trance, looking at all the possible futures that could come from this battle with Thanos. There's a compelling theory going around that Doctor Strange actually astrally projected himself back to the 90s and briefed Fury on what to do in this outcome. And that's the one future where we can win, because they're prepared. Perhaps Captain Marvel's post-credit scene will clear this up with a visit from a very sassy wizard. We'll only have to wait and see if this is confirmed.
Number 7. Members of the Old Guard make the supreme sacrifice. As much as fans would like to see Robert Downey Jr. remain as Iron Man indefinitely and Chris Evans play Captain America for another forever, there is going to come a time when that simply isn't possible. Very soon, as it happens, their contracts are expiring. An early plot synopsis for Avengers 4 revealed that a main theme of the film was sacrifice, and for Earth's mightiest heroes, that probably means their lives. Kind of a superhero's biggest curse in a way. You can save everybody, sometimes just not yourself. In exchange for half the lives in the universe, some of which are their best friends and their closest allies, you can bet your bottom arse Captain America would be willing to do that. Maybe even Iron Man.
Number 6. Sam Wilson becomes the new Captain America. Both Sam Wilson and Bucky Barnes have taken on the role of Captain America in the source material, and it's likely that's going to happen in the cinematic universe too. The events of Infinity War are likely to be undone in Avengers 4, which means we're going to see these guys brought back to life from the ashes, like the Phoenix from the ashes, like the new Captain America from the old one that will probably turn into ashes in this one because they're going to trade places. In the movies, however, Bucky has been set up as the White Wolf, who is a completely separate character in the comics. This makes a big twist opening for Falcon to swoop in and take the role of Captain America, which would be pretty interesting to see.
Number 5, Miles Morales fills in for Peter Parker. Given that Peter Parker is now just like Jules and you and nothing more than dust in the wind, the stage is now set for a new Spider-Man to rise up in his place, even if just temporarily. Marvel has already confirmed that Miles Morales from the Ultimate Universe comics exists in the MCU, and we even saw his Uncle Prowler, Donald Glover, make an appearance in Spider-Man Homecoming. Not only would a surprise Morales appearance be great in its own right, but now might be the perfect time to introduce him. Now, try and keep up here. Spider-Man isn't there, and there's a 5-year time jump between the two Avengers films, and Spider-Man Homecoming 2 is set to take place immediately after Avengers 4, even if that's some kind of a reboot. So you can imagine Peter Parker coming back to find his seat warm is a really, really good premise for the next Spider-Man film. You get all that?
Number 4, Bruce Banner becomes Professor Hulk. Since Hulk is having some performance issues, we'll say, in the latest film, it seems to be pointing to a clear endgame when it comes to his character, one that the comic book fans will be more than aware of in the form of Professor Hulk, a mediation between both Bruce Banner and his Hulk personality that combine into one quite smart, quite angry and big person. Banner and his irate alter ego eventually reach a compromise into the lab-coated Professor Hulk, which is what we're likely to see in Avengers 4 if the poster is anything to go by. Evidence for this has already surfaced in what's claimed to be a leaked character poster for Avengers 4. He's less beefed up, bears a closer resemblance to Bruce Banner, and most importantly, is wearing clothes. Well then.
Number 3, one of the heroes is a Skrull. There's evidence to support this one already, as it looks like the Captain Marvel standalone movie will be taking a deep dive into the lore of the Skrulls and establishing them as a presence in the MCU. There's even a chance that those goddamn shapeshifters could play a big part in Avengers 4. Once Thanos has been thoroughly dealt with and the timeline rejiggeried and repokeried somewhat, it could be revealed that the Skrull invasion began long ago and one of our heroes is already one of them. With her shadowy past, Black Widow would be a great candidate for something like this, and maybe her own standalone film revolves around the real Natasha Romanoff hunting down the shapeshifter that's been masquerading as her all these years, making her a double agent or something.
Number 2, no Wasp on the team. Evangeline Lilly, who plays Wasp, has already confirmed that she's going to be in Avengers 4, but she's not on the poster, so where the f*** it'll be, God knows. It could mean that we're only going to see her as a little pile of dust blowing into the wind like the rest of the farted away characters in Infinity War, which, quite frankly, would be a giant waste. As Ant-Man and the Wasp is set before Thanos' snap, statistically speaking, she has a 50-50 chance of survival at the end of the film. Whilst her death would serve as motivation for Ant-Man to come and join the rest of the team in Avengers 4, it just seems a bit of a waste to have her character blown away like that, like a wasp in the wind. The world needs more flying women. Please just give us more flying women.
Number 1, Thanos changes sides. Although Thanos proved he's the single greatest threat in the MCU, the question about whether or not he's evil in a purely black and white sense still rages on. Now, yes, wiping out half the universe with a single snap of with a single snap of your fingers is bad, but if in the process you wipe out poverty, hunger, and all sorts of other bad things, that's also good. So there is a chance we'll see the movie explore another side of him in Avengers 4. I mean, straight up, he's too good a character and it's too good a performance to simply waste without letting us know what really makes him tick. As such, we could see him teaming up with the Avengers to face a bigger threat. In the Infinity Gauntlet comic books, Nebula takes up the Cosmic Glove and becomes a bigger threat than her adoptive father. Who knows, maybe the film will mirror this and force the Avengers into an uneasy alliance with the Mad Titan late in the game.